I'm Dr. Paul Hodgson, and I'm a chiropractor. And what we're going to talk about today is improving posture. Now, why is improving posture such a concern? Well, aside from how you look, which I know that is very important to many people, but it also affects how we feel, and eventually it will affect how our body works and how our body functions. So posture is absolutely a very important conversation for every family member and every age individual. What we're seeing a lot of these days is we're seeing kids with traumatic births, then kids who are sitting on iPhones or iPads with their head buried down into their chest, and it puts an amazing amount of stress on the cervical spine. Then we're asking our kids to sit in school for longer and longer periods of time, sometimes lugging heavy backpacks, which sometimes they're a third or a half of the child's body weight with books. And then we ask them to sit in a desk, which is not good for posture, and then not only sit in a desk, but look down at the desk with the books. So kids are actually under a lot of postural stress these days. And they handle it very well because their bodies are very resilient, but what it sets them up for is as they become teenagers and adults, they're left with really a terrible posture that's going to give them health problems in the future. So being proactive about a child's posture and also about any individual who's growing is absolutely essential. Adults can also develop increased postural stress because we're spending more hours at work, we're sitting for longer and longer periods of time, and we're generally working harder and under more stress than we were, let's say, 10, 20, 30 years ago. So a chiropractor is in a unique position in that we're trained to be able to evaluate posture, but also we're trained to be able to correct it. Oftentimes where other treatments and other methods fail in postural correction has to do with the fact that they're not able to evaluate the function and the biomechanics of each individual joint of the spine in conjunction with how is the musculature affecting all of that. I want you to do an exercise with me real quickly while you're at home. Don't worry, no one's looking. So I'm going to have everyone who's watching just slump down and try to go into kind of your worst posture. I call it the posture of sadness. Now I want you to think about a really happy time in your life. Go ahead, envision that happy time in your life. You may have found that it was very difficult to visualize this happy time. We can all come out of this posture now. You may have found that it was very difficult to visualize that happy time or to feel and express the joy that we were talking about. Now I want everyone to do an exercise. We're going to get into good posture. I want you to sit up really straight, shrug your shoulders up, pull them back, pull them down. Now pull the head back over the shoulders. And now try to visualize a really terrible time in your life, a period of grief or a period of sadness. Again, you'll find it challenging to grasp onto those thoughts, those feelings, and those emotions, because our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, they're going to mirror the posture we sit in. So one of the quickest ways to change your life and change your human experience is actually to change your posture.